Assalamu Aleikum. So my baby is asleep. This is my first time making a video while he's napping during the daytime, so I'm excited. I know most of you are here for my first Istighfar video where I talked about how I did Istighfar for 100,000 times and it made a huge difference in my life. I wanted to share another experience that I had, but I also wanted to mention that during that time when I was saying a lot of Istighfar, I was also making sure that I prayed all 5 prayers on time to the best of my ability. And I also did my best to pray Salatul Duha as well as Tahajjud. So this is something that I forgot to mention, but I think is important because I'm not sure if it was all of the Istighfar or praying the prayers on time as well as Salatul Duha and Tahajjud that made a difference, or maybe it was a combination of the factors. But if you feel like just saying Istighfar isn't bringing the change that you'd like to see in your life, maybe you can try combining it with tahajjud as well as salatul duha. It's not a requirement, of course, but I do feel like it brings its own benefits, and the more we can do, the better, inshallah. So over the weekend, we went on a little trip because we've been bored out of our minds, and that trip was so boring. I'll probably make a video about it. But when we went, I noticed that I didn't have one of my rings on. So my husband had gotten me like a set when we got married. It was like an engagement ring with the wedding band. And usually if my fingers are swollen and they don't both fit my finger, I leave both of them at home. I don't wear one or the other. Or if I do wear one or the other, it's usually the band that fits and the other ring does not fit me. So we were eating at a restaurant when I noticed that I had like the engagement ring on, but not the band. And I was like, whoa. What? Like, did I lose my ring? I mean, I remember it felt a little tight during the day. So I'm like, maybe I left it at home somewhere, so I didn't say anything to my husband. But I got a little nervous and I figured, I mean, if it was tight, obviously it's not gonna fall off anywhere because it's tight. But I was afraid that maybe I was playing with it in the car or just like, fidgeting with it, and my baby may have distracted me and maybe I lost it. So when we came home, I checked and I couldn't find it anywhere because I usually have one place that I leave it, and I couldn't find it. And I kept thinking, like, where did I leave it? And I remembered that as I was getting ready, I mean, I hadn't worn it in weeks probably. This is the one time I was like, oh, let me wear it. And I felt tight. So I'm like, where was I when I put it on? And I remember I was like in my bedroom near the closet. So I kept looking in that closet on the top shelves and like feeling for it to see if it was anywhere, and I couldn't find it at all. So then I started looking on the floor because I figured maybe if I put it on the top of the cabinet, maybe it fell, the top of the closet, maybe it fell on the floor. And I couldn't find it. So I started panicking and I told my husband, and he was just like trying to think of where it could possibly be. But I started saying a lot of Istighfar, and thankfully I did say Istighfar on the way earlier that day. So I feel like I did say my Istighfar without really having to say it, like before I was in a time of need. So I said a lot of Istighfar. I said a lot of Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un because I've heard that if you say that, if you've lost something, you'll find it. I'm not sure about the sources on that. Maybe I'll look it up and see what the source is for that. And I was just so terrified. And I was like, okay, just calm down. I just sat down, and because I was going nuts looking everywhere. It's not really about the ring itself that, oh, it's money and I'm gonna have to buy another one or anything like that. It's just more about the sentimental aspect of the fact that my husband got that for me. And even if he like replaced it, it wouldn't be the same exact one he gave to me years ago. So I continued to say a lot of Istighfar and Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. And I went back to my room and I looked on the top of the closet and I couldn't find it. And now when I looked at the bottom of the closet, which has like carpet on the inside as well, I saw the ring sparkling. And I swear to Allah, I looked over there before because I thought, like, what if it fell on the floor and my baby picks it up and throws it out or loses it? And it wasn't there. I couldn't see it before, but after saying all this Istighfar and Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, when I went back, it was clearly there on the floor sparkling. And I felt so much relief, and it just inspired me to make a video to let you guys know about another personal experience that I had with the benefits of Istighfar, as well as, I guess, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, specifically for when you lose an item. because it's not a good feeling when you lose something that's important to you. So inshallah, the takeaway from this video is say a lot of istighfar, pray your prayers on time, pray salatul duha if you can, pray tahajjud, and just don't forget to do your istighfar, okay? See you guys later. Assalamu Alaikum.